Oh, that's real nice.
Welcome back to the 6th installment of Achievement Cleanup Detail, the series where I go back and get the missing achievements in games I stopped for one reason or another. With me shifting gears in my achievement hunting hobby after getting a million Gamerscore, it's become a somewhat unfun with some of the games covered here. The goal is to slowly get my completion percentage up and my completed game count, and hopefully my TA ratio over at 2 achievements up. The last episode was in May of 2023. This could have been done sooner, but with all these puzzle games, it was a rough ride. And for this one, I did some bonus games. So some of them may be glossed over quickly or with a short overview, or some of them are going to go a little bit in depth. So let's start off with game number 1. Inbento was started all the way back on April 27th of this year, and I had 11 achievements missing. Nothing too bad. All the achievements were progression based. This is a puzzle game where you have to match food to the picture they give you. First, it starts off pretty simple with just changing a few spots, like swapping places or rotating them in different orientations. Later in the game, it gradually gets harder, adds in more variations to the puzzles. Bigger boxes of food. Sometimes you'll have to put the food that's already in the box back into your hand, so to speak, to be able to put it back in the correct position. I did use a guide for the majority of the puzzles, and I'll link it down below. But since it's the mobile version, some of the foods will be different altogether, but the solution will still work. This is a decent puzzle game. But I think I have grown out of these types of games for achievement hunting. Using guides has become somewhat of a chore. I do like making them, but now it doesn't take long, but it feels like it takes an eternity while playing, which is going to be a consistent theme with all puzzle games covered in this video. Inbento was completed on October 22nd, with 177 days between the first and last unlock. Active Neurons 2, this one was started in the middle of the time frame I was playing for my video of the Great Gamerscore Purge of 2023 video. I just couldn't take more puzzle games where you had to look at guides that are just up, left, down, right commands. It doesn't take so long, but it's so annoying. Thankfully, I only had 6 missing here, which are also progression based. I started this on August 18th. I should have just done one set of levels each day, but I started to burn out quickly. There's nothing wrong with these games, but it's a problem with achievement hunting itself. If you care about staying competitive at all, you're going to have to play these. And some of these games you don't really want to play. Here you just have to move your cube to the exit while getting keys, remembering number sequences, dodging enemy blocks throughout 12 sets of 10 levels each. Some go by quick, some take forever because of the timing or the level solution doesn't work. The worst part of it is I still have Active Neurons 3 to play through, which is 140 levels of the same stuff. Definitely going to go about that game differently whenever I get around to it. Active Neurons 2 was finished on October 26th. 68 days between the first and last unlocks. Boxalon X. This one's all about clearing bosses while matching 3 or more together. I started this one all the way back on May 13th, and again used a guide for this. You had to complete 90 levels. Not too bad, but some of the levels were annoying because of different colors, different kind of blocks, like bombs or locked boxes, mystery color boxes, or boxes that change color on a timer. This shouldn't take too long if you follow a guide. After 168 days, I got the last achievement I needed on October 28th. Paso Elsewhere. This one I only had one missing achievement in, and it was to grab the other ending. Started on September 30th. I added this game into this episode because it gave me a great excuse to replay this great game. One of the best indie games of 2023. Granted, the performance on console is a bit bad at points. Like the audio cuts out, frame rate tanks. This is indie max pain though. Trying to stop your ex-girlfriend who is a vampire from ending the world. Lots of levels, variety of guns, and slow-mo. This is pure fun and it has great accessibility options where you can have unlimited ammo, health, or you can make it harder if you want. having you heal less and do less damage. There are some collectibles in here, but mostly you'll get them by exploring. This is one of my favorite games I played this year, and I highly recommend it. You do have to do 2 playthroughs, one good, one bad. But it's worth it because it's great combat, and it's just fun using a slow-mo and shotgun, just blasting away enemies. I got my last achievement only 46 days later on November 15th. This one you should pick up for achievement hunting goodness. This one is coming from our friends over at Sometimes You, bringing us 2 stacks, and I did both. Almost My Floor Xbox One version was started on May 16th, leaving 17 achievements to snag. This is a short, trippy point-and-click adventure with some night art and pretty interesting story. You can easily get this done in 2 hours tops with a guide. I actually started this in May without a guide, but for some reason I dropped it. You'll be solving puzzles that aren't too obtuse and easily explained. I didn't really like the ending here, though. I like Sometimes You bringing over these quirky little games to console. 185 days later, on November 18th, I finished the Xbox One version, and on the same day I finished the Series X/S version under 90 minutes. Hue is an interesting one. I only have this because it was given out with Games with Gold years ago. I started this way back on March 13th in 2019, leaving only 4 achievements to grab. Since this was a game with collectible, I just wiped my saved and started over. I think this is the first time in this series I actually started over a game. And I followed the guide so I wouldn't miss any collectibles. Hue is probably the best puzzle game I've played in this bunch. Puzzle platformer where you had to change color to get to the end of the levels, unlocking different colors at the end of each story section, grabbing collectibles along the way. Only some of them you can get normal playthroughs, some you have to go back and backtrack once the game is done. But once I grabbed the last collectible I needed, nothing happened, no pop, and I started to worry because I didn't really want to play through this game fully again. So I went through all the troubleshooting ideas, restarting the Xbox, deleting the console save and trying to pop it with the cloud save, or trying a new save and grabbing one collectible, but nothing was working, so I just had to wait at the mercy of the Xbox servers. Thankfully, when I woke up the next day, I got a notification on my phone that the achievement popped. 1,725 days later, Hue is finally finished, and it was my 900th game that I have all the achievements in, which, if you think about it, is wild. Not many people play these many games, and I'm glad I'm getting close to the 1,000 mark. Gangs of Sherwood. Now, this is a bonus game because I didn't really think I was ever going to finish this one. I do have guides and some videos on this already. The money grind was going to be a total pain, but someone reached out and wanted to finish this game. So over a weekend, we found the last things we both needed. Finished the story 3 times, grinding out the money we needed, which was incredibly long feeling because we had to do the Tyrant's Pit so many times. And that's the fastest way to do it, and it usually takes like 10 minutes in co-op. I'm glad we did it though. Only took 24 days between the first and last unlock, and we both got, and he got a top 10 finish. Sadly, I got knocked down to 11th, but it's not a big deal. So we both finished the game pretty early. And this one, if you have friends, I highly recommend playing this one. It's a pretty fun game. Don't let the other reviews get you down. Now, it's not like the greatest game in the world. It's got some quirks and some design issues, but it's a fun game in co-op or solo. But if you want all the achievements, go for co-op. That's all the games I'm going to cover in this episode. Now, I'm going to start trying to get my stats at the end, but for this one, my stats are as of December 27th, which is at a nice 69% completion percentage, a 1.49 ratio, which is probably going to be in flux for a while. Because of if I play easy games, it's going to go down. But if I keep getting more achievements that I don't have, it'll probably slowly go up over time. And if I do more longer games that have a higher ratio, it'll go up also. And we're at 903 completions. It's going to be an interesting year in 2024. I'm going to see what I can do achievement hunting wise. One of my goals for 2024 is 1,000 completions. Probably going to try to get it up to 72% completion percentage and maybe like a 1.6 ratio. Hopefully you enjoy this series. I'm going to continue it. Hopefully it's not going to be months after I do this one, but probably 2 or 3 months maybe. We'll just have to decide which games I want to play. So if you like this video, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.